Today's show is sponsored by our friends at OrcaCoolers.com. From roto-molded coolers that keep your ice good for days. They have drinkware like the barrel, the football barrel, the shorty, the stein, the teeny, the vino. They have chasers. They have coffee campers and travelers. All sorts of stuff. It's going to keep your drinks cold or hot. You're going to have coolers that will keep ice for days, and they're bear-proof. Go to OrcaCoolers.com/bourbon for 15% off your order. That's OrcaCoolers.com/bourbon. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Old Limestone Mixing Water. It is the mixing water of Kentucky bourbon. We are firm believers here at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Drink however you want to drink. You want ice in it? Put ice in it. You want to put some water in it? Put water in it. And if you're going to put water in it, use water that was filtered through limestone in an aquifer that's 130 feet under the ground. Old Limestone's unique Kentucky limestone aquifer produces a rich, velvety, smooth water with hints of calcium and magnesium, which amplify flavors. Yet with no iron at all, you can make bourbon anywhere you want, but 95% of it is made in Kentucky because the water is special. Use Old Limestone water to mix. Take the taste test. Pour a bourbon neat. Sip it. Now add Old Limestone, swirl it, and sip again. Check out Old Limestone at oldlimestone.com, or they're available at a store near you or online.
Bourbon and Beyond this September in Louisville, Kentucky with Bruno Mars, The Killers, Black Keys, Brandy Carlisle, plus Duran Duran, Billy Strings, Black Crowes, the Avett Brothers, Blondie, and so many more. Bourbon and Beyond, September 14th through 17th in Louisville, Kentucky. All passes on sale now at bourbonandbeyond.com.
Okay, Zeke, you told me to bring Skittles. I don't know what you have going on in that big old dome of yours, but what do you want me to do with these Skittles?
Well, we're not putting them in vodka.
Okay.
So you can take a deep breath there.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I heard this thing on the radio the other day, and it makes sense. Like they were talking about how people claim to have favorite colors of Skittles because of flavors. But if you look at the Skittles website or inquire with them, whatever, they'll tell you all Skittles are flavored the same. They just have different colors. So they were having folks call in, throw one in the mouth, see what the color was, try to guess it. I mean, who knows how accurate it was as far as, people cheating or not. But for you and I, we're at least on a Zoom. No one else can see us, but I figure we can have some Skittles sitting here on the countertop, close our eyes, grab one out of the pile, hold it up. The other one sees it. We taste it, guess a color, and see what happens. I mean, we'll do it, 3 rounds? Fair enough.
Good with that. I'm good with that. Do you want me to go first?
Fire away. I know you're ready for some candy.
Okay. Do you see?
I do.
You see what color it is?
That might be an M&M, actually.
Okay. No, it's not. Hold on. Orange.
Nope. All right.
My second guess was green, but
either way, you lost. It was red.
Okay. All right. You go. What do you think it is?
Green.
Wrong. What's your second guess?
Green.
Red. You got a red one too. How weird is that? All right. My second one. Here we go. Can you see the color?
Yep.
All right. Green.
Cheating bastard.
I did not cheat. That one had a little bit of lime to me. You put it in your mouth and you didn't show me the color, dumbass. I can't see. Oh, wait. All right, I could see it. That's the grossest thing I've ever seen, but I can see it.
You've got kids. It's not the grossest thing.
What do you think?
Purple.
You are right.
Ah.
Good job. I feel like, all right, last but not least, I'm going to say purple.
You got it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's got a flavor. We'll see what this last one is.
What you think?
Yellow.
Now it was purple again.
Doesn't even taste the same.
I do feel like there's something to this one though. I feel like if we keep going on and we did like 100, we'd be able to tell a pattern.
No, we'd just be on a sugar high and have zits in the morning.
Yeah, that too. All right, let's start the show. Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us part of your day, and thank you for eating Skittles with us. That was probably I don't know if they enjoyed that cold open or not, but we needed some time to kill because, we are tasting two very similar whiskeys tonight.
I mean, I would like to hear if folks firmly believe or don't believe there's a difference. I can see that being we've all got our quirks, but I did try it with the kids. They had about the same percent luck as we did, which I think is literally just luck. But
I mean, I felt like the green one had a little bit of lime in it. The purple was a complete crapshoot.
I'm telling you, that first one I had was citrus all get out.
I know what you were about to just say, because I understand. I get it. I do get that. And then I was like, man, there's just something about this that I don't know. What else is going on? You always have a good story.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
This is going to be the shortest show in the whole entire world.
Well, I mean, you asked me for cold open advice normally, and I gave it. And I thought that was the extent of my usefulness.
I mean, you are very useful. You are a useful person. I don't want you to think that you're not. It's okay. You don't have to. I don't want you to feel the pressure, because sometimes if you feel that pressure, you're never going to perform. So, yeah, we don't want you to be pressured into having to do anything. So you're good. Tonight we are drinking because we were behind, and again, getting on this train again, but we were behind. We had both the first two Larcenys. We had A123 and B523 of the Larceny barrel proof. This comes in at 6 to 8 years old. It's 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley. The A comes in at 125.8 proof, 62.9% ABV. The B comes in at 124.4 proof, 62.2 ABV. Anything you want to say about these before we talk about them? I mean, I guess anything you want to say about them before we talk about them, and that is anything you just want to talk about them before we say what we thought.
Or talk about them. I mean, I think we're good. We've been doing these for a hot minute, and I guess all I would say is many thanks to Heaven Hill for always keeping us well stocked in any and all of their releases. Essentially, we certainly appreciate it, and cheers.
So you sure you don't want to talk about them before we talk about them?
I'm going to let you talk about these first.
No, so these kind of, normally we just say it's a no-brainer. Go get Larceny barrel proof. And these ones were the first time that I kind of took a pause, and I'll go ahead and say it right now. I probably would bar these. And normally we say at $60, it's a no-brainer. Go ahead and get them. For me, it was hot. And I mean, I really, really condensed these down because I was kind of comparing them together. But I said it was hot, but the heat on the lips, not like a rye tingle. So it wasn't one of those things where it was oh yeah, my lips are tingling because of the rye. It was my lips were tingling because of the heat. I ate a big piece of pizza that was too hot, and it didn't burn the roof of my mouth. It burned my lips before it even got in my mouth. And on a second sip, the oak comes through a little bit more. Both of these had a whole lot of oak for me. And B, I would say, was oak and corn. It wasn't as hot as A, but that corn really came through. If I'm comparing these two together, I probably would go for the B more, because I think the corn gave it a little bit more depth and the oak that was in there. And so I would say B, if I were to get one of these, if you're all right, John, which one of these two should I get? I would go ahead and get B. A was just very, very hot for me at the end of the day.
One of the very, 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 very few times I'm somewhat thankful to agree with you. It might not happen again in 2023.
We've been agreeing a lot in 2023. Maybe that's why we haven't done as many shows, because Zeke's shit, this can't be a habit. We got to take a break in between agreements.
But with you to a very large degree, A I mean, I wrote down capital letters, heat, then normal case letters, heat, then corn with some caramel under. And again, this was a neat pour. For B, I thought initially it was much tamer on the intake, but it got prickly to a degree, and that also means the heat's building up on you, and it was a little thin. And so I decided to go with the value or resource type play on this one and say, all right, put a little water in there because the barrel proof doesn't cost that much more than the regular proof down stuff. Let's see what happens. A with water, I thought was way nicer. It really changed all the dynamics. I picked up a ton of chocolate, nougat, anything, flavors along those lines, and those continued on throughout into the finish. And I definitely enjoyed that as well. And hardly any of the heat really at all. Now B with a little bit of water, it actually got more viscous, which I thought was weird considering the barrel proof seemed thin to me, but hell, who knows? Science. But as far as the profile there were some sweet caramels that came through, but there was still a fair amount of singe, and it still seemed just kind of bland to me. So I think if I'm grabbing one of these two off the shelf, I'm going with A. So at least at the end of the day, we still disagreed about something.
I think you changed it. I think you had B at first and you changed it I'm just messing with you. Don't worry.
I always have to show John my notes because it's in ink. That way he can't, pull moves like this on me.
No, I just, for the hell of it, I love saying it. And then all of a sudden, but
no, both of these, the proofs aren't that high, but man, they come out punching. That's being generous.
I know these are it makes me wonder where in the Rick they were being aged. Do you know what I mean? Did they just kind of pick the lots near each other as they, is it like BTAC where they kind of cycle through the Rick and they go, it's all right, we start at the top and then we go down and then we go back up or what are they doing? And where is this from?
Well, but I don't remember. And what we've done these for 3 years now, at least.
Yeah.
I don't remember any back-to-backs that were just flamethrower.
It was like
you know what I mean? Though, these things got some heat now. They packing a punch.
They do have some heat, but I guess we've now screwed with everyone where you said A and I said B. I said B based off neat. You said A based off water. So y'all listen and take that with a grain of salt.
But I will say, I think there's always a bang for the buck value play in these barrel proofs where you get one that may not taste the best straight out of the bottle. Well, how many other whiskeys have water in them? Put a little in yours. Because honestly, I like A lot with a few drops in it.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry we didn't have enough banter, but this show is one of the quickest ones ever. And thank you, Heaven Hill, for sending us this sample. We really appreciate it. We really love always going through these. These are really fun to try no matter what, which is always really good. So go ahead and find us on Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads, Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Please leave us an open, honest review, just like we leave open and honest reviews about the whiskey we drink. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Nashville, Tennessee.
Cheers.
Ciao.